Hey everybody, welcome back to the Planeswalker Coach channel. I'm your host Paladin Robin. Folks, we're going to be talking about Kaito, Cunning Infiltrator today. And before we get into it, we want to just thank Webcore. Webcore has been awesome to us. Thank you, Webcore, for giving this one to us so that we can do this Planeswalker review for all of the folks out there. And then you guys can be more informed if you guys want this one or not. So again, thank you, Webcore. You guys are awesome. Okay, let's get to the review. First, I want to point out this 95 for the health points. I think that's on the lower end. You will have to account for this when you play in the game. You're going to want to build decks that have a lot of good defense and maybe put things like lifelink. So that's going to be super important. The deck you'll see today is going to be a deck that's going to have a lot of defense built in. That's on purpose because you're going to want to make sure that you can account for not having a ton of life points. All right, here's the next thing I want to point out. This is the passive ability. This is a really useful ability. I think this is the strength of this Planeswalker here. You can revolve entire decks around this ability. In fact, that's what I've done in this particular video. But let me explain a little more. This is called Loyal Companion. When a creature you control deals combat damage to your opponent's Planeswalker, gain 1 loyalty. Then if you have 20 loyalty or more, create a Himoto Kami of the Spark token. Okay, so I think that's really good. As I said, that's the strength of the Planeswalker here. Let me show you what the Himoto Kami of the Spark looks like. Here it is on your screen now. I really like this one. You can see here it says, this creature can't block. When this creature enters the battlefield, it gets +X+X. X is a number of creatures you control, including their reinforcements. So for me, what I'm going to try to do is maximize this Himoto Kami token. The best way to do that, obviously, is first, hold on, try not to use any of those loyalty abilities. If you have a deck that throws down a lot of tokens, that's going to help you. What I would probably do is just try to get a ton of tokens out. Make sure you have 20 loyalty so you can keep putting down these Himoto Kami tokens, right? They're going to be really good, especially because they have that buff, that +X+X. And again, like I said, you want to make sure you have token creatures to maximize that +X+X. And what's cool is every single one of these Himoto Kamis that come out is going to have that buff, right? So that's going to be really big, and I would build around this 100% of the time. Okay, so let's take a look here at the mana bonuses. You have +7 for the blue, +3 for the black, and +3 for the red. That's nice. I do like the blue being so high. That's going to help you out in a lot of games. That's very cool. Okay, let's talk about these things here. Okay, the first ability is Shadow Calling. Discard 2 cards and draw 2 cards. Then you get to create 3 ninja tokens. Now, I really like tokens with this Planeswalker here. In fact, I like tokens so much that I didn't use any creatures in the deck that you're going to see, right? So this is a 0 creature deck that you're going to see in a little bit. And the reason for that is you really want to run a lot of tokens with this one. You saw the Himoto Kami. You saw that's one of those that's just going to be so good if you have a ton of tokens. And Shadow Calling also does help you to pull tokens, right? So that's really important. I do like that one. This one I think is a nice ability. It's good for getting the desired cards that you want. Those ninjas, like I said, those are good. I think this is a really good one also because you get to discard 2 cards. The Master of Keys is a really good one to use here because it attacks, and when it attacks, it returns an enchantment card from your graveyard into your hand and gives it full mana. Okay, so what I would do is discard an enchantment card using the Shadow Calling and then use the Master of Keys. When that one will attack, it'll bring that enchantment card back into your hand and it'll be free. So kind of a cool way to use that one here. All right, let's take a look at number 2. This is for 12. Sabotage and Subterfuge. Destroy the top card of your opponent's library. Your ninja creatures get +3/+2. Your creatures gain hexproof until the beginning of your next turn. Okay, so this one is an interesting one if you like ninjas. 2 of my favorite ninjas that are out right now are Nashi, the Searcher in the Dark, and Satoru, the Infiltrator. Both are very good. What I would probably do is use Nashi for this one. Nashi's kind of nice because it throws cards into the graveyard, and the number of cards that will go into the graveyard has to do with the amount of power for the creature. And you can see you get +3. So Nashi will get the +3 for the power, be able to throw more creatures, cards, whatever, into the graveyard. And that's going to help you to win games, especially if you have something like Jace the Perfected Mind Vanguard. What you would do is load up the graveyard and then hit that third ability for Jace and just get a ton of damage for your opponent. Very good one here. Okay, here's the last one. Fatal Ambush. Create 3 Shinobi Whistle tokens. Alright, here is what the Shinobi Whistle is. It says when your opponent casts a spell or support card, deal X damage to your opponent's Planeswalker. X is equal to the number of ninja cards you control, including their reinforcements. Then you get to create another ninja token. So I think this is an okay ability. I don't think it's great. I think it's okay. This would be good against decks that play a ton of cards in a match. And I think there are a lot of good decks out there, like those omniscient decks that you see. They throw a ton of cards into play every single game. And this one would do consecutively greater damage every time that they play a spell or a support card. You also get those ninjas, right? So that helps the damage to get bigger and bigger. So really, really cool. I definitely think this is a useful ability, but the best ability, obviously, is this one here, Loyal Companion. Okay, let's take a look. This is the deck that I built for this particular Planeswalker. For me, I didn't put any creatures, you can see. And the reason is I like tokens a lot for this deck, and I want to make space for a ton of those tokens. It doesn't make sense for me to put creatures or a whole lot of creatures, right? So I want to make sure that I'm able to just kind of use that what I have here to get that Himoto Kami token going. And of course, build a ton of tokens. The way I'm going to build a ton of tokens, you will be using this, plus the other side is Bother. That will help you with the Thopters. Obviously, you're going to get some ninjas, right? Those are good tokens. And what we're going to try to do is save up a lot of these loyalty points until we get to 20 loyalty. And then the Himotos will start coming out. It's going to be pretty deadly. The rest of the deck here, a lot of it you can see is defense. You see a lot of defense here. And again, this is a big defensive deck. This is actually one of the better decks that I've built in a while. I think it's really good defensively and really good offensively. So I really like it. Let's take a look at some gameplay footage. Okay, what I'm hoping to do with this gameplay is get a ton of those tokens going, get the double strike going. You saw a couple of cards there that will give the double strike. And then once that's done, pretty much load up on those Himoto Kamis. And you get those going, that's pretty much the end of the game. This deck has a lot of good defense in it, as I said. And really that's going to just help you to be able to control the game and then bring a big smash with the Himoto Kamis. Alright, so we're looking here, doing okay. What I'm going to do is hit this Shadow Calling, but you're going to see that it will discard a couple of cards in your hand. So I'm going to make sure that these two are the last two. Hit that. That's going to give me 2 extras. Ooh, Time Vault. Time Vault's good. Time Vault is one of those that will get you that double strike that you need to just kind of maximize the strength of this deck. I think what I'll do is I'll put it here. Try to work on getting that Time Vault going. There's not a lot here going on. Oh, I could have gone here. I missed that. Alright, so it looks like we have some defense going. So the opponent has a good card here. I do like that one. That one's going to be good with First Strike. Obviously, they're not going to be able to play or do any damage with that one right now because they don't have the ability to attack. So we're looking good. I definitely think we're making progress here. There's my Time Vault. Okay, so that's cool. Doing some damage. Time Vault's nice. It's going to do the double strike for me. And again, what we're going to try to do is build up to 20 for our loyalty points. Once we can get that, then yeah, we're pretty solid. This game's going to be done very quickly after that point. Yep, give me my Thopters. Gee, what do I want to get rid of? Okay, what I'm going to do is get rid of this and this. I like the Leyline of the Guild Pack here. That's a good card. There we go. Get me my Thopters going. That's going to be good. We love tokens. Okay, there we go. We got some things going. Gonna go with this just because I really am gonna try to get the Himoto Kamis out. Like I said, the Himoto Kamis, that's the strength of the deck here. There we go. Okay. At this point, we're looking good. We're setting up some defense here. That's really nice. And we're looking like we're gonna be able to get the Himoto Kami pretty soon. There it is. And look, there's a buff, okay? And then it attacks again. There's another buff, big time. The Thopters are attacking now, getting that big buff again. And there's another Thopter attack, big buff. You can see why I like the Himoto Kami so much, right? Look at that, getting bigger and bigger. And folks, that's the last, well, this is going to be the last turn that we'll see, because the opponent isn't going to be able to take too much more damage. They've got 80. This guy's going to get that double strike ability. Folks, it's over. This one is over. Like and subscribe. Share with all your friends. Really hope that you guys like this video. Look at that. So cool. The Himoto Kamis are coming out. And they get big quickly. You can see that, right? That's why I really like that passive ability. Very cool. Anyway, like I said, share with all your friends. That really helps the channel. Good gaming, guys.